Imagine for a moment that at this very moment as you listen to me, there are subtle presences walking around you. No, I'm not talking about something that comes to scare or frighten you, but rather about forces of light, spirits that carry such a high vibration that when they approach, it's as if the air becomes lighter, as if the house breathes with you. Have you ever entered your home after a tiring day and felt a peace you can't explain? That feeling that, even in the silence, there's something welcoming you, enveloping your body and soul. Perhaps it's not just an impression. Perhaps you've already received a silent visit from these spirits of light. What makes a home inviting to them? Is it our faith, our attitudes, or are there specific signs that indicate they are there? Think about the last time you felt a gentle warmth, like a hug that didn't come from anyone physically present. Remember when a pleasant aroma appeared out of nowhere, without a candle, incense, or perfume. Burning? Many ignore it thinking it was just imagination, but those who are sensitive know. These small details are messages, subtle ways of showing that we are not alone. Spirituality teaches us that spirits of light don't arrive shouting or making a fuss. They approach as if respecting space, observing in silence, offering protection, and radiating healing energy. And it's not necessary to have mediumistic gifts to feel their presence. All it takes is an open heart, an attentive mind, and an environment that vibrates in harmony. But can everyone maintain this harmony? Or do we, without realizing it, end up creating barriers that keep these presences away? Have you ever noticed that sometimes, even on difficult days, a positive thought springs from nowhere and comforts you? It's as if someone whispers words of hope directly to your spirit. These silent whispers may be precisely their way of reminding us that light always conquers darkness. They don't come to change what's written in our path, but to strengthen our faith and help us find clarity when everything seems confusing. Many believe that spirits of light are restricted to temples, churches, or sacred places. But what if I told you that your home could be one of these temples? What if every corner of your house, every object, every memory held within it, had a vibration capable of attracting or repelling these energies? Home isn't just made of walls, but of stories, emotions, and everything we leave imbued within it. Therefore, when we maintain harmony, we are sending a silent invitation for these presences to come closer. You may be wondering, but how do I know if they're here now? The answer often lies in the details. The soft sound of something that seems to move, even without wind. The visit of a bird that insists on land always in the same spot in your backyard. The light enters through the window in a special way, touching a spot in the house as if intentional. Coincidence? Perhaps. But for those who believe they are silent messages, and don't think this presence happens only in times of sadness or need, spirits of light also come to celebrate. Have you ever noticed that, at family gatherings filled with love, the atmosphere seems lighter, the laughter is more sincere, and even the food seems to have a special flavor? It's as if, in these moments, they join the party, strengthening bonds and blessing every gesture of affection. Some say that when a spirit of light enters a home, even the plants seem more alive, the animals become calmer, and the children sleep better. Have you ever experienced this? Is this peace you feel from time to time just a figment of your imagination? Or is it truly a gentle touch coming from the spiritual realm? The mystery lies precisely in the fact that we cannot prove with our eyes what we feel with our soul. And perhaps that's the point. We don't need to see to believe. Their energy isn't meant to be captured as a physical object, but to be felt deep within the heart. When the home becomes a place of gratitude, respect, and love, it transforms into a beacon that attracts these presences. And here's something very important. The spirits of light don't stay where there's constant disharmony, arguments, or heavy vibrations. They seek environments where they can work, help, and radiate their strength without being stifled by negative energies. This doesn't mean you need to live in a perfect place, but rather that you need to cultivate attitudes that elevate the energy of your home. A sincere prayer, a moment of silence, a thank you before bed. All of these create bridges between our world and theirs. It's as if each positive gesture is a small flame lit in the darkness, guiding these spirits to us. And when they arrive, they don't just stay for a few moments. They leave a mark, a trail of light that changes the way we feel. This mark is what helps us deal with challenges, finding the strength to carry on even when the road seems too long. Now stop for a moment and look around you. Feel the air. Notice if there's a calm that has no logical explanation. Perhaps, as you listen to these words, there are presences beside you, smiling, approving of your search for answers. Because when you open yourself to the spiritual responds. And before we delve deeper into this topic, I want you to remember one thing. Keeping this connection alive depends on you. It depends on the choices you make, how you care for your home and your own spirit. So, if this topic touches your heart, and you want to learn more about how to recognize and strengthen this presence, subscribe to the channel now. That way, you won't miss the upcoming messages that can transform not only the energy of your home, but also your own life. Now that we've opened your heart and mind to the possibility that spirits of light are present in your home, it's time to delve deeper and recognize the concrete signs that indicate this presence. Because although subtle, they leave clues, and when we learn to identify them, we begin to better understand the spiritual dynamics that surround our home and our lives. One of the most common early signs is feeling of peace that arrives suddenly, even in moments when you are anxious or worried. It's as if a gentle wave passes through the room, calming not only your thoughts but also your body. This serenity, which cannot be explained by logic, is often an indication that a light is there, silently acting. Have you ever been restless and suddenly felt an inexplicable relief? Perhaps it wasn't just you getting better, but rather an external energy acting to balance you. Another very striking sign is perception of subtle aromas, which appear without physical explanation. It could be the scent of flowers, a sweet perfume, the aroma of incense, or even that fresh smell of nature after rain, even if you're indoors without the windows open. Spirits of light use these resources to signal their presence, transmitting peace and comfort through smell. Have you ever smelled a scent in the air that no one else seemed to notice? Well, this isn't as rare as it seems. There's also the change in animal behavior. Dogs and cats are especially sensitive to energies and often perceive spirits before we do. It's common to see the animal staring into a corner, wagging its tail, or meowing as if interacting with someone invisible. Sometimes they even follow something with their gaze, as if following a movement in the air. Many owners find it funny or strange, but in spirituality, this is seen as an indication that something good is nearby. And subtle lights and sparkles. Have you ever noticed small flashes, bright spots, or a soft light passing quickly through your peripheral vision? While they can be mistaken for reflections, in spiritual contexts, they are often energetic manifestations, a way of signaling presence without causing a sudden impact. Spirits of light rarely reveal themselves fully, but leave these luminous trails as a discreet greeting. Another curious aspect is the thoughts and ideas that come out of nowhere, usually in times of difficulty. You're pondering a problem, unsure of how to act, and suddenly an inspiration, a solution, or even a memory comes to you that guides you. It's as if someone has placed it in your heart. This enhanced intuition is one of the most frequently used channels by spirits to guide us, as it respects our free will but gives us a small light on the path. Some people also report feeling subtle changes in temperature, a gentle warmth, as if someone had come close to envelop you, or a light breeze that passes through the room without an open window. These energetic touches are almost always felt during moments of prayer, meditation, or gratitude. It's as if they respond to your vibration at that moment, reinforcing the connection. And let's not forget the significant coincidences, those situations that seem impossible to be just by chance. Meeting someone at the exact moment, receiving a message that answers something you've been thinking about, repeatedly seeing numbers that have spiritual significance for you. These synchronicities are clear signs of energetic alignment and indicate that forces are working in your favor. Another point worth noting is how conflicts within the home decrease. Of course, every environment has moments of tension, but when spirits of light are present, they act as harmonizers. You may even notice that arguments resolve themselves more quickly, that words come out more smoothly, or that complicated situations calm down effortlessly. This is a reflection of the balancing energy they bring. And here's an important tip. Silence also speaks. Often, spiritual presence is perceived not by what happens, but by what doesn't happen. A peaceful night after days of insomnia, a feeling of protection when crossing a place that previously seemed heavy, a deep rest even after only a few hours of sleep. These are signs that there is a constant vigil around you. Of course, it's important to remember, these signs are not meant to fuel superficial curiosity. They are an invitation to deepen your connection with the spiritual plane, because the more you recognize and value these presences, the more your home becomes a point of light. And if you're noticing these signs, or want to learn how to strengthen them so that the energy of your home is increasingly protected and blessed, subscribe to the channel now. This is where we'll continue talking about how to keep this connection alive and how to transform your home into a true spiritual refuge. Want me to move on to third part, with practical guidelines to maintain and strengthen the presence of the spirits of light in the home?